he said that's how it happened.
And that's how it happened. Just start bowling at Lucky Strike all the time, and it was free. So because they worked there, and at the time when they built that Lucky Strike, it was nobody coming in there. So we would just be in there bowling for hours, and I just learned how to do that shit. And then I stopped for a long time, and then picked it back up during the pandemic.
Interesting. Bowling was, I'm from Memphis. Bowling, that wasn't the thing to do, actually, to go bowling. Hey, let's go bowling. It was just to go to skate.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, everybody.
We skate too. But.
Right. I mean, we not known for skating. Yeah. We had a whole dance cruise, but we went skating. Hey, you want to go skate? We always such had a skate party. Oh. So man, and we had the two main ones. We had three. So you had East End, that was closer to my house, and then you had Crystal Palace. That was like where all the hood. You want to go to the hood, get you some hood chicks or something like that. Yeah. Go to Crystal Palace, and then you had Skate Odyssey. And that was like on the borderline of Mississippi, but. That's where all the Mississippians went. Right. But yeah, if you wanted to get a different vibe, you want to go see with the East End. Cool. I love they had like this little intermission part where you had like these little relays or you had a race.
Yeah.
And you win the race, you get something from the
snack bar shit.
Man, you talking about I had to be in that. I had to be in the race. Yeah. I used to be sitting there having my mindset I cannot be out of place when they say let's go do this race.
Right.
So yeah, we did that, Crystal Palace, man, is the only skating rink I know to this day that every time I went in there, the lights are always out.
Damn.
You got the little light where you get your shoes at, but other than that, it's
dark. Yeah, that's wild.
You just
skate.
You in there, parking lot full, and it was like right down the street from the strip club.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was big though. It was really big. It was like at an old Piggly Wiggly. Yeah, they made it like an old Piggly Wiggly. Turned it out to skate ring, Crystal Palace.
That's wild.
Here we go. Yeah, man.
That's wild.
So shout out to them folks who goes to the skating ring still. I remember when I went to the skating ring here for the first time.
Which one?
Cascade.
Oh, okay.
Was it my first one? Yeah. I went to Cascade. I can't think of the other one. That's
Sparkles.
That's on Old Nat.
I
can't think of that one.
Skate Town.
That's the name of it?
Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah, I only been there once, and that was with Charlie.
Charlie?
Yeah. I went with Charlie, man. But that's on a whole nother. that's a whole nother, man. We got time. We got time to talk about that. We got time to talk about it. I'll give y'all the real short version, man. You talking about, the end result. I was hurting the next day at work. I had to go to work the next day and do a double, I believe.
Hurting.
Like
sleepy? Like you should have went to sleep?
Yes.
Got you.
I was hurting. So Charlie was like, this is when we was, still just, I ain't never hung out with him. He was like, man, when we gonna hang out? Man? I'll come pick you up. So I'm like, man, I just know it from work, but I'm like, man, crazy.
Very much.
So I'm like, man,
still is.
Right.
I love him.
That's my brother, though. I love him to death. That's my brother. Do anything for him. Anybody do something wrong to him, I'm gonna check you. But yeah, man. He said I was like, all right. So he said, I'm gonna pull up. I'm like, all right, cool. This is when he still had the red charge. So, yeah, that's how long ago it is. He pull up. So first of all, he like, oh, you stay over here. So he fascinated where I'm staying at, yada. So first place we went to. So y'all keep up now. First place we went to was we went to Red Lobster.
Okay.
We went to Red Lobster. We hit the bar.
Of course.
And we got the bar. I didn't know he knew the bartender.
Of course.
He didn't tell me, first of all, he didn't tell me ahead of time what we was doing. He just said we just go kick it. So
Yes,
first thing
that's
we
what I was
did
thinking.
was just go to the bar, and then he cussing me out, telling me why I ain't got no cash to get the bartender. I'm like, bruh, the first thing we did was go to Red Lobster. I didn't know we were gonna get something to eat. I thought, said we going to Red Lobster. I'm like, all right, we finna get a bite to eat and then kick it. I didn't know we were just going to Red Lobster to go to drinks because you knew the bartender. So he cussed me out because I ain't had no cash to get the bartender that he knew.
Not very good with giving information.
Right. So we leave there. We go to Applebee's. Okay, State.
Bar hopping.
Right. So we go there. Bet. So we there. I already know what the deal is in there. So I'm like, you need a drink? No. Because you're not finna cuss me out. Because we've yet to hit our ATM.
Right.
So we in there for a little minute. Parlaying, he knew the bartenders in there. He knew all the bartenders in there.
Man.
So we in there maybe a little hour, some change. So we at maybe 3 hours in now. Mm-hmm. We only been to 2 spots now. Mm-hmm. He was like, all right, man, we got to go meet my brother on the north side of town. I'm like, all right, cool. So he in the Charger, and I'm talking about he driving hella fast.
Man.
No seatbelt on. Music all loud. Playing Kevin Gates. We bobbing and weaving up 75 north. Yo. I mean, we driving up now. I'm talking about past Buckhead.
Right.
So we get there. His brother ain't there. Then we sit in the car, wait till his brother get there. His brother pull up. Brother pull up in the Escalade, all black tinted windows. So I don't know his brother. I sit in the car. He get out the car. He get in the other car get in the truck with his brother. They chop it about 15 minutes. He said, all right, come on, man. We finna go inside. Inside of what? There's a club over here. I'm like, oh, okay. Because it was a shopping center. I ain't know it was a club over there. But I was like, all right, we finna go in this club. And I'm over here like, damn, now we finna go in the club. I didn't think we was going to the club. So I'm not
dressed for a club.
What I would feel like I'm going to the club. And I'm not dressed the appropriate way that I thought I was. But it didn't matter. Then his brother pulled out the face card. We walked straight through the front door. Bits. Get in that club, itty bitty, boy. That thing was tight. I'm talking about tight. So we get in there and we just stand around. It really wasn't nobody in there, but the line outside was so long.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm just, chilling by Charlie. And I think we was standing by, I guess we was kind of standing by where they would bring the food out at. Mm-hmm. We was standing about over there. And so one of the cats that was in there, he kept having an attitude by standing over there. But, the club's so small, it's not like too many places where you can go.
Right.
The stand, it was like, okay, it kind of, because it was right next to the bar. So we standing over there. Dude kept saying something to us. Charlie had an attitude.
Of course.
About to pop off. He was like, man, we finna leave. All right, cool. All right. So we leave from there. We go all the way down to the skating ring on Old Net.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's a little drive.
Facts.
It's a little drive.
It's facts. So you talking about coming from least from Alpharetta, right there,
right?
Going all with an Old Net. So we get there, we trying to find parking. It's hella people out here, and I'm like, oh my god. What's going on here? Yeah, my partner, he got a little skate party. Then I'm like, a skate party? It's a lot of people for a skate party. I'm like, all right, cool, all right. So we get here. We bypassing everybody. He saying, hey, such and such. He called him on the phone. Homeboy wasn't picking up. He was like, man. So he called him again. Homeboy come outside. He let us in. So at this point, this whole night, I ain't spent no money.
Right.
I done had a couple of drinks.
You're right.
And it ate kinda.
You're right.
I'd have been to 2 bars.
Right.
A club. Now I'm at the skate ring.
Right.
So it's well after midnight. Well after midnight. So we in the skating ring. It's hella people in there. They skating, yada yada yada. I seen a couple of people I knew in there. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, dang, you mess with her? All right, cool. Oh snaps! Ain't you such a girlfriend? Oh, okay, well, I'm just mind my business,
Right.
you know. So next thing I know, he going. I lose him. I
Charlie
lose.
is. Oh my
I lose
God,
him
he's
in the
good for
skate ring.
that.
I lose him in the skate
He's
ring.
good for just disappearing.
Right. I'm like, what the hell? I don't know nobody in here. I guess he just felt like I should just work the room.
Right, like he do.
Right, but we had a skate ring. I didn't get no skates.
Right, you just standing there.
I'm just here. So I'm just did the mob walk a couple times, sit down, like, let me go spend some money, spend my $10 at the concession stand, come back eat that. That's the stall time.
Yeah.
Now I'm over here like, man, it's like 3.
Like 3
I'm like, let me go find this nigga because I'm ready to go home now. I'm like, yo, hit that watch. Like, I gotta go. Gotta work in the morning. I. Next thing I know is 2 or 3, 4 songs come on. I'm like, hey, it's time to go. I gotta go. He like, all right. Then you know how you walking away and you walk away, and then somebody pull you, and then I'm like,
because he know everybody.
Facts.
Yeah, he know everybody.
Man, when he finally left, man, of course it was another 20-minute ride back to my house. Drops me off, and I was just like, man. The next day, I was so tired. He didn't have to work the next morning.
Of course not. Of course
so when he came to work, he was all refreshed.
Hey.
He was all refreshed, and all he wanted to do was talk about how I didn't have no money to pay the bartender. That's all he wanted to talk about. I didn't have no money.
Not like you ain't have no money, but you didn't have cash.
I didn't have right. I didn't have no cash.
Yes, of course.
I'm like, bro, you didn't tell me. You always supposed to have cash on you. Facts, but at that moment of time, didn't have no cash. Didn't know. But yeah, man, that was I wish there was a little illustration I could have had on the side of this just to explain that first night with my boy Charlie, man. That was wild, funny. Bro. That was one of them wild nights, man.
That's funny.
It would forever be golden.
I'm sure, because that man is funny.
Yes, man, and we've been friends ever since, man.
That man is funny.
Shout out to Charlie, man.
Shout out. Love.
What was your first outing with him? Was I with you your first time? Pause. Best time I had to say that, but I just thought about your brother when I said it. I was like, pause.
Exactly. Man, I done been out with Charlie's.
What was the first time?
I don't even remember the first time.
Was you with a group or was it just y'all two?
It had to be a group. You know how.
You ain't never just been y'all two?
No, I've been places with just me and Charlie many times. Like Charlie, me and Charlie just called me and be like, "Yo, what you doing? Let's go get something to eat or some shit like that."
Right. That's when y'all were doing them red lobster dates.
Yeah. We would just go up there and kick it. But I don't think that was the first time. I can't remember the first time we went somewhere. I never got in the car with Charlie, though.
Never?
No.
Oh, I've been in the car several times. Even after that, I've been in the car several times with Charlie.
No. Charlie's my guy. I love Charlie. I got to meet Charlie because Charlie is... I gotta meet Charlie. Charlie's too random for me. Like, I love Charlie to death. But he's too random for me. Like, he be like, Charlie just be like, man, I'm finna go over here, da da da, and I'll be like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I ride with him, but he'll do that all day. And like sometimes me and Charlie would meet up at like noon. You know what I mean? And I don't have it. I don't have it to be out the house from noon till 3 a.m.
Oh my God! Yes, he got a whole adventure.
Man, that's not my life.
I gotta go here. I gotta go here.
My life.
And then it would be like, man, I got so many miles in my car. I know.
You driving? You on your off days, you driving from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. the next morning, sir. Yes, and then you ain't going like around a corner. You going from like you said, you going from Old Nat to Alpharetta, back to Stockbridge. Then you going to fucking
Decatur.
Decatur, coming back. Like, yes, of course you got 600,000 miles on your car, nigga. You going everywhere in one day, all around Georgia. You could have drove to North Carolina by the time you done with all this shit you doing.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's crazy? You know, because we know what his off days is. I wake up and get on Instagram and see what his stories is.
Man,
so he's gonna let me know.
Yes, he's gonna.
He made it home because 2 hours ago. 2
hours ago, that's what time this thing got home.
He filmed his drive home. You know, he might not
gotta let everybody know he made it home.
Yeah, that lets me know he made it home because he filming that drive home.
Man, that boy, that is funny.
With the bizarre out of the nowhere music that you wouldn't think he'd be riding to. I need some Tevin Campbell on that thing. He got the flashlight on the phone. And he
riding out on that motherfucker. I love him though.
But yeah, man, you can live vicariously through him.
Definitely,
because his timeline on his story is gonna be.
And the crazy part is, like, you can FaceTime Charlie at any time and he'll answer that mug and just be talking random shit, and then you can figure out what he's doing and all that shit. That guy's funny. I love him. I love him.
And then if he really likes a spot, he'll go to the spot over
and over.
One time I didn't met him at the spot, and he was like, "Oh, you didn't tell me, bro. I didn't have to. I know where you was.
I knew you was gonna be here. Like, I have to tell you I was coming. I knew you was gonna be here.
I saw it on your story. Man. I pulled up on you.
That's funny.
Yeah. So shout out my Charlie.
Shout out.
If he ever hear this, I don't think he's ever gonna hear this, but
you know.
But yeah, shout out.
He'll hear about it because people will tell him about it, and then he'll check it out.
Yeah, he give us a bunch of bird.
Yes, of course.
Emojis.
Of course.
Finger.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. I guess we can stop rambling now.
Of course.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to the random.
Talk about this ramble.
Went through everything.
Yeah, we're gonna give you some clickbait on the title of this episode, so you can just listen to it.
Right.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
But shout out to everybody who listen to Never Play Yourself podcast. You know, we're on all platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
comment,
YouTube,
subscribe,
iHeartRadio,
comment,
Podbean, Facebook, Instagram. You know,
comment.
We out there, man.
Comment,
subscribe
on YouTube or IG, not in a text to me.
Right. We still on that, man. We still on that BS. So if you text us, we're gonna put your comment out there and put your name out there.
And your name. Full name. Government.
Yep.
Yep. And like that,
we go. Peace.